What's happening, Renzo gang? How y'all doing? Now today, this is something a little different. This won't be a reaction video right now. I just want to come and talk to you guys. I just want to talk to you guys about, about life and, just I'm just this is me being 100% real with y'all. You feel me? Um, I really just found it in my heart. I just want to talk to you guys. I know you guys look forward to looking at my reaction videos, but this is something different. I want to at least try to reach out and touch you guys, because a lot has been going on in the world, and I try to, excuse me, I try to keep a positive energy going on in my videos. I try to keep it to where you guys come on here and just let loose and just have fun and forget about everything that's going on in the world. I really just want to talk to you guys, just want to be real with you guys about some stuff. If you guys are, if you have things that you want to accomplish in life, accomplish it. Go for it, work for it. But I'm telling you guys this is because I care about you guys. And, at the end of the day, I'm human like you're human. We all have our ups and downs. And believe me, it seems like we have more downs than ups. I'm telling you. If you guys really, if there's something that you want to do, go ahead and do it. Don't let nobody stop you. I don't care if it's family, friends, significant others, whatever, coworkers, whatever. Don't let nobody stop you from achieving your goals and your dreams. Now, granted, you do got to work for what you want, but at the same time, also make sure you guys are keeping up with your mental health. You always want to keep up with your mental health because, I mean, what good is it going to do, working yourselves to death and, and you're not mentally up here? Like, like me and one of my coworkers talking the other day, like there is no flex of working yourselves to death and not getting no sleep. Your body needs to rest. That's why Saturday is the Sabbath day where the Lord blessed it and hollered at so that you can rest on that day. You're not supposed to do no type of servile work. That's why I normally don't do no type of work unless if I have to, like if I have to go to work, I have to do it. But if I upload my videos on Saturday, I'll do it after sundown because your body needs a break. I don't care if you're a workaholic, your body needs a break. Also, you always, in order for your dreams to really come true and manifest it, you also had not only you gotta speak into existence, you gotta positive affirmations and just be positive, but also you gotta put God first. You have to put him first. Because if you don't, your life is not gonna, you know, prosper too much. You always want to keep the most high first in everything that you do. Because if you put him first, he's gonna bless you 10 times more. And also Renzo gang, I'm also saying this because I really care, about you guys. This has been weighing on my heart for a couple of days. I really want you guys to not be discouraged. Don't let nobody stand in your way. Like at the end of the day, we only have one life to live. God gave you only one life to live, so live it up. Of course, you got to take care of your responsibilities, but at the same time, have fun with your life. You only, like I said, you only got one life to live. And literally, my birthday is literally, next Sunday. I'll be 31, and I'm not really in a celebratory mood for it. It's just been a lot going on, but I'm still here. I'm grateful. But if things, happen, then maybe I'll be in the celebratory mood because you only turn 31 once. And believe it or not, yeah, I'm in my 30s. I'm 30 years old. Believe it or not. Yeah, you just really have to, live life to the fullest. Always, handle your responsibilities, but at the same time, you also don't want to have no regrets. I understand, things in life is hard. I understand that. But we can't keep using that as an excuse to, limit, what we want to do in life and accomplish in life. I understand life is hard, but if you have the opportunity to, do what you want to do, go ahead and do it. Don't waste your life away. You never want to waste your life away because once you lose, time, that's not time you're not gonna get back. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know that you work a lot and you want to book a trip, take some time off, book that trip. That job ain't going nowhere. You only got one life to live. Go book that trip. If you want to just, take yourself out on a solo date, do that. If you want to just spend a day to yourself without talking to anybody, just get your mind right. You want to refuel, do that. If you want to just go out to eat, like just try different, restaurants and whatnot, go for it. I mean, and also, and if and there's a certain someone that you care about, and you want to take them on a date, ask them out. I understand sometimes it can be, especially in this generation today. Good God, especially in today's generation, if you really like that person and they feeling you, but y'all is too scared to, say anything, just take that risk. Take that risk, ask that person out and see what that person likes. If they like certain stuff, especially for the fellas, I'm telling y'all, especially the fellas today in this generation, y'all have got to learn to start planning stuff. Plan a date with these women. If you really like this girl, plan a date. Don't be boring, don't be bland. Plan something. Pay attention to what she likes. If you're trying to surprise her, pay attention to what she likes. And certain things that she say, you have to pay attention. Because I'm telling you, women, they love it when, men, when we pay attention to what they like and then we put forth the effort. I'm telling you, like they love that. That makes them crazy. Like well, not in a bad way, but you know what I'm saying. They love it when you pay attention because there's like, okay, so he was listening to me, so that makes them feel special. Plan a date. If you want to surprise her, just kind of, I won't say talking riddles, but like kind of mention stuff without mentioning stuff. If you really want to surprise this girl, just like write down stuff that she likes. If you don't think you're gonna remember, just write certain stuff down. Just try to plan it the best of your abilities. Women love flowers. Some of them, like certain types of sweets and whatnot. Get them certain sweets. And also, like if there is something fun that they like to do, take them on a date that that's fun and friendly. Like for example, like if it's a girl that you like and she's the fun type of woman, take her on something like go kart, top golf, to an amusement park, something. Take them on a date based off of their personality. And the reason why I say take them on a date based off their personality is because, like, say if you have a woman that that's very not the fun one. If you have a woman that loves to read a lot, obviously you want to take them on a date to Barnes and Nobles. That's something that they be looking forward to. If you like a woman that that's kind of adventurous, take them like on a date somewhere like outside, like a park date, picnic date, or maybe even a museum or the zoo. Something like that. Just be different when you're when you got a woman that you like. Just figure out what her personality is and take her out based on what she likes. And also fellas, I cannot stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough. Please take care of your hygiene. Please take care of your hygiene. For goodness sake, take care of your hygiene. Moisturize your skin, cut your fingernails, brush your teeth, obviously. You know, gum, Tic Tacs, make sure you floss before you brush your teeth. Put on some fragrances, like, put on some good fragrances and not the cheap stuff. Now, if you have a woman that is has allergies, and you don't want to overdo it with the sprays because the sprays are very strong. I stopped using sprays because I have allergies and they make my allergies go crazy. So I use body oils, and I put body oils on, like the places that that really make you smell good. Don't overdo it, but just get the points what you need to get. And I'm telling you, fellas, honestly, the women they love the body oils. I'm telling y'all. For those of y'all that don't wear body oils, just try the body oils. Like they last longer than the sprays. Women like a man that puts forth the effort and when it comes to, wanting to court them, be respectful, get them flowers, you know what I'm saying? Like, actually lead, be a man, lead, plan stuff. Don't wait for her to, ask, you to plan stuff, or don't make her get around her, her homegirls. And if her homegirls are in a relationships and that they see that their man courting them, you know, step up, do what you got to do, step up. And also women, there's a lot of good men out here. Please stop saying that all men are no good. That's just what that's just what you pick. You pick those type of men. Don't put every man in that category just because of one bad guy. Like that's very annoying. It really is. That does get under my skin. And also women, don't waste a man's time. Like at the end of the day, we're human too. Like one thing about me, I don't like my time being wasted. That's with anything, not just dating. That's with, business. That's with business, with family. That's anything. I don't like my time being wasted at all. That's the quickest way to get you cut off. Like, just don't waste nobody's time. Fellas, that goes for y'all too. Don't waste these women's time, especially if they're single moms and they, they're child free for that day. Don't waste their time. Because 10 times out of 10, you ain't going to hear from them again or see them again. Like seriously, because you don't understand what a single parent go. If you don't have any children and you're not a single parent, you don't know how it feels. When they have that one free day to themselves. It's not easy raising children, so you have to be mindful. Like if a woman does not talk to you or text you a lot, because she has her kids, you have to be understanding. You if you know what you're getting yourself into, you have to be understanding. And then honestly, if that's not what you want, you shouldn't date a woman that has kids and you don't have any because you're gonna want time with this woman. Now a lot of guys like I don't know why it was a trend liking single moms. I don't know why, but teach his own. But if you know that's not what you want, don't date a woman that has kids. And I know it's not too many of them that that don't have kids. There's a lot of them that do, but and if you are gonna date one, just be mindful. They have to raise their children. Their children come first. I would not ever date a woman that has kids and she, don't tend to her children. If she seemed like she giving me more attention to her kids, that's an automatic red flag. Like you gotta go. And also, fellas, especially my brothers out there, please, 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 please keep your mental health in check. If you feel like you're like the world is against you, like just do what you got to do. Take yourselves and like just be alone. If you have to listen to music, just listen to something calm, some motivational speeches. If you Even if you want to go to the gym, pump that iron or get on the punching bag, do something positive that'll take your mind off that depression because I'm telling you, like, men, we go through a lot. We suffer in silence because the world look at us as we can't be weak. We have to be strong, and that's how a lot of us were raised. We cannot. We have to get out of that toxic. We have to stop living like that. If you feel like you need somebody to vent to, and I know it's not easy venting to everybody, if you trust one person that you can vent to, vent to that person, but try not to do it so much because venting to people sometimes it takes a lot out of them as well. You want to be mindful as well. If you need to vent, even if you can't vent to nobody, talk to God, read the Bible, and also if you can, like get a notebook or a journal and just write down your thoughts, and like just write down everything, even if you have to go to a secure place, scream, shout, cry, do whatever you need to do. Don't ever be ashamed to, show some emotion, man. We're human too at the end of the day. We may not be as emotional, but we're human. We have emotions. We can't keep piling up our emotions, So, and I have to learn this too because a lot of times I let my emotions build up and it's not healthy. It's not. And I'm telling you guys this is because, I've dealt with a lot of things, and we have to change the narrative. And like I said, I'm turning 31 next month, and well, not next month, next week. I'm tripping. Next week I'm turning 31, and I want to change the narrative of certain things in my life so I can, be positive and, live a more positive lifestyle. I don't want to be walking around, angry a lot, dealing with a lot. I want to be able to express myself. I want to be able to, I just want to walk around clear, with a clear mindset. And honestly, fellas, like we have to start being more positive, and we have to, if you need, if you need therapy, don't be scared. Go get that therapy. I'm telling you, it's gonna help you get that therapy. Even if you don't feel comfortable talking to somebody, write, like I said, get a notebook, journal, just write down all your thoughts, like write down, you know, how your day was, write down, the things that you're trying to fix within yourself. Write down things that make you angry, and just rebuke it. Rebuke Satan the devil, because he's out to get all of us. He's out to get us. He's not going to stop. And sometimes you have to remember, like you can't let the darkness win. And that's not just for the fellas, it's for the women too. Like I understand, like it's really hard when you're going through a lot, especially when you feel like it's just you alone. And a lot of us are used to, not having a support system. And yes, it does hurt sometimes when you feel like you don't have a support system, but then you start getting numb to it, and it's like you don't need nobody. That's kind of how I am sometimes. Like it's hard for me getting support, just from my YouTube channel, but I appreciate the people that I don't even know that actually support me. And yeah, there are some that, I do know personally that have been supporting me, and I thank you all. And I think even the ones I've never seen a day in my life, I've never even talked to a day in my life, I thank y'all for just coming here and just watching me and supporting me. That means a lot to me. It costs $0 to support somebody. Y'all love supporting these celebrities 24/7 and spending $1,000 on a concert, but you can't support your friend, when they're business. And then you wonder why, they cut you off. And it's not because they're acting funny, it's because you don't have that same energy for them, but you have, you know, that you're worshiping these celebrities, and you have energy to, support these celebrities. Have that same energy with your people. I'm telling you. Because it's been a lot of times, everybody, wanted me to support them, but can't nobody support me. And I've actually cut people off for that, and I'm not ashamed of that. I've cut people off, and it feels good because in my eyes, why am I going to support you and you're not supporting me? What I'm saying? Then it's like if you overly share stuff for me, want me to support your stuff, and I do support it, and you don't support this one little thing for me, that's a slap in the face. And that's a slap in the face to anybody. And I've cut people off for that. And I don't feel bad about it nor guilty about it. You don't support me, you got to go. Simple as that. My circle is small. I used to be that person that I used to want, everyone around me, but as you get older, I don't want a whole lot of people around me. I don't want all those that bad energy around me. It's only a few people that has been in my life that that still stayed, that that actually support me, and that those are the ones I'm gonna keep. Now, granted, I do appreciate those that I don't know who come in here supporting my YouTube channel. I really support. I thank you. I thank you so much. And man, I may have a little bit of subscribers and followers, but that's big to me. I don't care if I had 25 subscribers. That's big to me. This is the most support I've gotten, in a long time, and I appreciate those that been coming back, especially to that one person that been, requesting a lot of Tyler Perry stuff. I do appreciate you for getting on, just interacting with me. I appreciate that. I'm not doing this, to make money. I'm not doing YouTube to make money. I'm doing YouTube because this is one of my dreams. This is something I really wanted to do for a long time. Now I'm finally doing it. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm not. I'm doing it because for this is my passion. This is one of my passions. I can easily say, I'm living one of my dreams at least. I have more dreams than, I have a lot, I have other dreams, along with YouTube. YouTube is just one of my dreams. I also have a dream to go to WrestleMania. I have a dream to, fight professionally in martial arts. I have another dream, I have a lot of dreams. And thank God I'm able to at least accomplish one of those dreams. And before my time is up, I just, you know, I I pray to God that I'll be able to do a lot of my dreams, before my time is up on this earth. And yes, eventually I do want to get married. I do want to have children. I do want a beautiful wife. Not just, you know, not just, on the outside, but on the inside. I want to be able to, and find my rib, the old days, when you got your woman and that she's your rib. And then, once y'all come together, y'all become one, y'all take that vow. I want that one day. I do. I do want a beautiful wife one day, inside and out, someone that I can, that I'm grateful to have in my life, someone that, respects me, someone that I can respect, someone that, excuse me, someone that trusts me to, and someone who actually, cares about me and, is there for me and, will hold me down, when the world is against me. It's a lot I want in a woman, it's a lot. And I want to make sure that I'm the type of man that whoever my future wife is, I'm speaking that into existence. So my future wife probably could be, watching this video right now. I hope she is. Whoever she is, like once I find you, you mine. you know, yeah. But anyway, I just really wanted to come on here and just make this video because it's really been, weighing on my heart. I really just wanted to, I hope this message, gets out to somebody. I hope this message at least helps somebody, because I've seen, YouTubers, make personal videos, try to reach out to their fans, and I really hope that I can reach somebody because somebody right now probably has been having a bad week, Like I said, we're gonna go through storms, like we go through a lot, and it is I'm not gonna lie, it's hard trying to be positive, especially in today's time. With everything in the world that's going on, it is I understand y'all. It's hard. Trust me, it's hard. But I try to come on my YouTube channel, to, just escape from everything that's going on. Just like, for example, with WWE and AEW and all type of wrestlers out there, they put on a show. And when we go to those wrestling shows or if we go to the movies, it's like we're just escaping from the world, just 2 hours, 3 hours out of our time, just to enjoy, what we love to watch. Like the wrestlers, they put their bodies and their lives on the line for our entertainment. At the end of the day, y'all gotta realize they are humans too. They go through a lot, on a daily basis, and now that and they're famous, they go through a lot more than what we do. And then, for them to actually just put on a show for our entertainment, for us to just escape from the world, like I respect them a lot. And just like when you go to the movies, like certain movies that you like, you want to go see it, you just go there to just escape from the world. You have the library where you just got books you want to read and just escape, mentally just escape from the world. Just just do what you love to do. I don't care if it costs, if it doesn't cost, do what you love to do. I don't care if someone says, like try to stand in your way. Do what you love to do. Like we gotta stop living our lives, worrying about what other people think or how they feel about, you know, if there's something that you want to do, go do it. Of course, you have to put in that work, and yes, you have responsibilities, but don't let the responsibilities overtake, that we we gotta have fun in life sometimes. We got to. I don't care how hard life is, and you gotta have fun in life. You got to remember, like you only have one life to live. Don't have too much fun, but live. Because some of us are just, just here existing. We're not living life. We're just existing. Yeah, and it's sad. Like a lot of people in my generation have taken themselves out because they They cry for help and no one understands them and no one, hears them until it's too late. And we got to stop taking mental health as a joke. We gotta be more aware and take it more serious. I'm telling you, Renzo gang, we have to start taking mental health more serious. We have to. That's just it is what it is. We have to start taking it serious. And I'm speaking to you guys right. I'm just speaking to you guys. I just really hope I really reached out to somebody. I really hope I touched someone. This is not just this is not a reaction video right now. This is me speaking to y'all. Like I'm clearly talking to y'all. I just want to reach out to somebody. I want to try to help save someone's life. It's a lot of people in my generation that have taken themselves out, and it's sad. It's very sad. I'm really tired of seeing people, going through so much and not just not living life. It's not fair. It's not like it's not fair at all. I'm tired of seeing people, not having the support that they deserve. I'm tired of people, seeing people being alone. Like hug that person, whoever it is, like hug that person because there's always someone out there who's living worse than you are. Be mindful what you say. Hug someone, tell them that you appreciate them, tell them that you care because someone right now is, grieving right now. Someone lost a loved one. Just love that person, love on that person, hug them. Tell them how much you appreciate them. Be there for them. And if you, especially men out there, if you're gonna do something, do it. Don't say you're gonna do something and you don't give your word, and then you go back on your word. Always keep your word. Seriously, keep your word. And also, just another thing, please, fellas, please treat women right. Treat them, treat them, treat them right. Like it's a lot of real women out there that will do the most for you. That will follow you through hell and back. They care about you. Like treat them right. Be there for them. Don't tear them down because you're having a bad day. Don't do that. Stop tearing down women to make yourself feel superior and to make yourself feel dominant. Like treat women with respect. Treat a woman how you want someone to treat your mother, your sister, your daughter, your grandmother, your aunt, whatever. Be respectful. Also, women, don't be a man's piece. Be a man's piece. Don't be all extra. Give a man a hard time. Be there for them because we already go through enough. The world is already against us, and women, be easy. I'm not saying, be soft with us, like, I ain't saying, we some punks or anything like that, but at the same time, have our back when we need it. The world's always against us. We always deal with a lot and a lot of us don't show a lot of emotion. And I know that scares a lot of y'all women. And it's like y'all want to know why we don't open up. And and I understand a lot of guys like we don't open up for a reason because sometimes y'all do throw that in our faces. And that's something y'all have got to stop doing. Just because we open up to you, that does not make us weak. You know, yeah, Renzo gang, like I really just wanted to just come here and sit down and just talk to you guys because it was just weighing down on me. Like I really, someone out there is having a bad day. I really just want you to, you know, just come on here, get this message, and hope you feel better about yourself. I don't know what you guys are going through behind closed doors. I don't need to know unless you want to tell me, but if you don't, that's completely fine. I don't need to know. I'm not here to judge nobody. We all go through ups and downs, like I said. I mean, it's a lot of times, even when I was recording my videos, you never would know because, I try to stay positive as much as I can, but I go through a lot too. I'm overwhelmed a lot too. I am. But I try to be as positive as I can because at the end of the day, I'm blessed to see another day. Especially in today's time, I'm blessed to even make it to 30 years old. And next Sunday is my 31st birthday. My mom's birthday is tomorrow. And I'm just grateful to, still be here. I'm grateful to, have the support system that I do have. It may not be big, but I'm appreciative. I'm always appreciative of what I have. I'm never, the type that, I want more. You know, I appreciate what I have, but at the same time, I want more, but I want to, as in I want to accomplish more. I'm not being greedy, as in, like it's not enough. Like I just want to make sure that when I leave this earth, I want to make sure that I don't have no regrets. I actually accomplished a lot of things I wanted to accomplish. Because sometimes you're not going to accomplish everything that you want, and I hate that feeling, but it happens. It's not like I'm a millionaire. I can't do everything that I want to do. I wish I could do a lot of things I want to do, like go out the country, for my birthday. That's something different. I want to plan, an expensive date, but and also, fellas, while also with the dates, it doesn't have to be, if you're worried about money, go within your budget. Or if you just want to plan something simple, just do that. Just be thoughtful. And if, whatever woman that you planning a date with and she's not appreciative, kick her to the curb. She ain't for you. And let her deal, let her be in the streets. Let her do what she want to do. Don't stress yourself out over no woman. And fellas, don't you ever, and I mean don't you ever try to change yourself for a baddie. Don't ever try to change yourself and your personality. If they don't appreciate who you are, bye. They not for you. There's been plenty of women out there that that looks good to me, but I'm not finna change who I am to satisfy you. That's not gonna happen. I don't care how fine you are. Because in my eyes, if you ugly on the inside, you ugly on the outside. I'm sorry. Now you can be the baddest all you want, but if you got a messed up spirit, you are ugly to me. I don't care who you are. And I will never change who I am for no woman. Well, not I will never change my morals in a bad way to try to impress a woman. No, like no, I would never do that. That's not going to happen. I don't care who you are. I don't care how bad I had a crush on you, whatever. I would like don't ever change yourself in a negative way for a woman that you know that doesn't want nothing to do with you. Don't let a woman tell you more than twice that she's not interested. And it is hurtful sometimes. Men, when we really like a girl, and we're really sure, it does hurt. I understand that. I've been there, done that. That's why I've been single for a long time, and also don't ever be afraid to be alone. Sometimes being alone is the best thing for you because it teaches you what you will and what you will not tolerate, you know. And fellas, also you got to stay on it because if you stand on business, I'm telling you, more women will align themselves to you. And you don't, and also I'm talking to both men and women, stop being so extremely picky. Stop doing that, please. Stop. Like that's very annoying. Stop being so overly picky because you could be missing out on your blessing. And I don't care if you have a best friend that that's the different sex than you are. What's wrong with dating your best friend? Because 9 times out of 10, most married couples, especially in the generation before us, a lot of them were best friends before they got married. Stop putting everyone in the friend zone. That's how a lot of y'all get y'all blessings blocked. You putting everybody in the friend zone. That's y'all's problem. Especially my generation, that is y'all's problem. That's why a lot of y'all are not happy now. And get mad all you want. I'm being real. I had to learn. I put a couple girls in the friend zone that I regret. I regret doing that. You know, I'm serious. I regret doing that because like that I missed out on my blessings. And a lot of y'all women, like a lot of y'all wonder why y'all can't keep a good man, because the man that you looking for, you keep them in the friend zone. That's y'all's problem. Men too. That's y'all. That's this generation. That is y'all's problem. Y'all put the right ones in the friend zone, and y'all try to marry the wrong ones, and y'all wonder why y'all are not happy. That's y'all's problem. Y'all got to stop friend zoning everybody. Your significant other is supposed to be. Y'all supposed to start off as friends, but y'all just keep them in the friend zone. That's y'all's problem. I can't stress that enough. But anyway, Renzo gang, I really hope you guys, have received a good message from this video. I appreciate you guys for even just being here. And if you want more videos like these, I'm gonna put a poll up on my channel. If you want more videos like these, inspirational videos, or I don't really know what to call these videos just yet, but I won't do a lot of these just yet. I just want to see what kind of feedback I get. So if you guys like these type of videos, I'll do like once a week or something like that if that's what you guys want. So, Renzo gang, I'll see y'all next time. I love y'all. And if you like this video, hit that like button, share it, and subscribe. Your boy, I love y'all. I appreciate all the support. I love y'all. I will see y'all next time. You feel me? Yeah, Renzo gang. I love y'all.